Award-winning chef Luke Dale Roberts is joining me in the studio, and I'm very excited because I love to talk about food. Welcome, and thank you for sitting down with me.
Great, it's good to be here, eh?
Well, I want to congratulate you on being one of the world's top 50 restaurants, well, being the mastermind behind one of the world's top 50 restaurants, the Test Kitchen.
Thank you very much.
How does that feel?
It feels great, eh? To be honest with you, I didn't really give it much thought because we got an invitation about 6 weeks ago, probably, or 2 months ago, saying you're in the top 50. And I've been so busy with so many things that I didn't really give it much thought until, the day before I was leaving. I was like, shit, I'm going to London, So I shouldn't have sworn.
No, that's okay. It's the internet. You can swear.
Okay. So, and then actually going to the awards. I mean, once I was on that plane, and we actually did a dinner at a restaurant called The Square in London on the Sunday prior to the Monday award ceremony. And it was just really, really great to be there and, to have that acknowledgement for a restaurant that, we set up literally 3 years ago, so it's big.
And I can't imagine what it feels like. You have 2 of the top restaurants in the country. Is there a secret to that? How do you do that? You just come here, you have 2 of the top restaurants in the country. I think a lot of chefs are probably a little jealous of you.
I don't know what the secret is. I mean, I've put my heart and soul into cooking, not because I, had this game plan to achieve what I've achieved, just because I genuinely love food and cooking. And I was actually saying to someone earlier on, I'm 42 now. I started cooking when I was 17.
Wow. And
I still get going into that kitchen in London and cooking with new ingredients, seeing new people, smelling new smells. I still get the same excitement I did when I was 17 walking into a kitchen. I still feel like a kid in a candy shop. So I think that is essentially, keeping it alive.
Yeah, okay. Well, do you have any plans to open something new? Everyone in our newsroom wants to know this.
What, do you want me to open a cafe here in the newsroom?
We do want you to do that.
I have absolutely no plans to open anything new for, I would say, a year. I just want to, I'm 3 years in on 2 new restaurants. I opened a new restaurant every year for 3 years. We did a pop-up in Switzerland. We moved the potluck from downstairs to upstairs. So I want to actually just spend a year really enjoying the food and the creative process and just, balancing it out a little bit.
Is that stressful, opening up so many restaurants?
It is extremely stressful. Yeah. It was actually ridiculous to try and do that much in that time. But it was something that I felt I had to do. It's been enormously fulfilling. And I think that I've found, opportunities for lots of young people that were working within, my company and whatever. And that's also lovely to see, But now it's time to really just consolidate that, to make everyone comfortable in their position and just to enjoy it,
Yeah, all right. Well, you're from London. We're obviously here in South Africa. Why did you choose South Africa to set up your restaurant?
Well, I met a South African girl 14 years ago.
Isn't that how the story always goes?
It seems to unfold that way, yeah. But we could be in, a tiny cold village, in the far tip of Poland or something like that.
Right.
Not saying that Poland's a bad place to be, don't get me wrong, but Cape Town is pretty much up there with the best places to be in the world, I'd say. So, yeah, I met a South African girl. We got married. We went to Asia. We stayed there for 4 or 5 years. And then, we came here seven years ago with our newborn 10-day-old child. So,
cute.
Yeah.
Well, do you cook a lot at home then? Or do you try not to?
I don't.
It's okay if you don't.
No. When I'm on holiday, like we've been on holiday a couple of times to the Seychelles because it is just the most relaxing place to be. Within a week, I'm starting to cook. I can't help myself. Yeah, because it's just new stuff to do. There's an incredible fish market there. You pick up fresh fish, and I kind of just naturally get involved. Yeah. When I'm around food, I get involved. But on a day-to-day basis, I do a lot of cooking at work. So,
so when you get home, does your wife cook?
She's
cooks?
a brilliant cook, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Can I come over for dinner?
You can. Why not, eh?
All right, I have some questions for you from the people in our newsroom. We already know if you cook at home. What's your favorite restaurant in Cape Town?
In Cape Town, I love 95 Curum for good Italian food. We had our staff party at La Muette, which was amazing. Really good food, really good value for money. La Colombe's beautiful. Geez, the list is endless.
Yeah,
I always stop when someone asks me that question. I can't quite think, but yeah, there's loads of places and lots of good places in the winelands, you know, as well.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. What food don't you like?
What food do I not like? Badly cooked food,
Just badly cooked.
Yeah, the worst for me is a badly cooked breakfast, because breakfast is the first meal. It's the first thing that you're going to eat in the day.
And you should enjoy it.
Yeah, it needs to be cooked like clean with clean pans, and yeah, I often find breakfast is just neglected. You know.
Yeah. What's your favorite breakfast?
My favourite breakfast, I think, just perfectly cooked bacon, little tomatoes that are tossed in a pan with butter and thyme and garlic, you know, grilled mushrooms, you know, but everything just done carefully.
Perfectly.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Then it's lovely. It's got to be clean, not stodgy, and you know.
Greasy and
Yeah.
Okay, great. What's the last thing you burnt?
Oh, I burnt something in London actually. I put some kaitafi under the grill, and which is kaitafi is like a Middle Eastern thin, like shredded phyllo pastry.
Okay.
And I put it under the grill because we were getting ready for the dinner service, and I wanted to do a sample of everything. So I put that under the grill, then I'll turn around, do a few other jobs. And after about 10 minutes, I was like, what's burning? Like that. and then I was like, oh God, it's mine. It's my kaitafi that's burning.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, exactly. I quickly threw it in the bin and like carried on what I was doing.
Blame an intern.
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Okay. What is the one ingredient everyone should have in their home to make their cooking more like yours?
One ingredient that is.
If you can't pick one, we can go three.
I always get stumped with that question. I think a really good olive oil, like a beautiful olive oil. I love the Morgenstern olive oil for dressing salads. Let's just stick with one.
One olive oil.
It's got to be 1 or 100. You know, I can't really go more. You know, more in the middle than that.
We'll stop you at olive
oil. Yeah. It's going to get boring otherwise, isn't it?
All right. What's your favorite food trend at the moment?
Food trends. I love the fact that globally, consumers are interested in where their food comes from. I think that's such an important thing, and I think it's really driving the farmer, the producer, to come up with something that's special. So that they call it provenance. I think that's an important trend in terms of health, in terms of sustainability, and in terms of ethics. So yeah, I think that's a great trend.
Okay, well, we obviously love your restaurants. We love your cooking. People are always writing to us and saying, how do we get into the test kitchen? So I'm going to give you the chance to tell those people how they can get in.
Well, I mean, we're quite busy, and I mean, since the awards, we got even busier.
I can only imagine.
Which is great, you know. I mean, I was saying to someone the other day, it's really nice to be able to plan ahead without the fear that the off season is going to get quiet and you've overemployed and you need to strip back. So that's a fantastic situation to be in. To answer your question, put your name on the waiting list. We get an enormous amount of cancellations every day. So, you know, often when I used to book and they say we're full, put your name on the waiting, I'll be like, oh, don't bother, you know, I don't think I'll ever get in anyway. But I would say just put your name down and you know, who knows.
Yum. Well, thank you so much for coming in. That made me very hungry, actually.
Okay. Cool. There's a cafe downstairs.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm going to go and get a bite myself.
And I hope we see you again soon.
Great. Nice one.